キーノートスピーカーはドナ・サルカさんです。マイクロソフトの AI コパイロット及びエージェント拡張性イニシアチブのチーフイノベーションオフィサーです。お願いします。
If you are ready, please get started.
Okay, perfect. Should I have one of these?
Yeah, or the.
Oh, I'll take this one, yeah. Good morning. Konnichiwa. I know konnichiwa and arigatou gozaimasu, and that's it. That is the extent of my Japanese. But I've come here for your delicious sushi, and I've eaten all of it. I'm mostly sushi at this point. I mostly made ramen and sushi after 2 days in Tokyo. Okay, so how many of you have heard about AI agents? Everybody, oh my goodness. AI agents, you've heard so much about them, right? They're gonna take our jobs, do our laundry, cook our dinner, all of these things. Now, here is the problem with AI agents, that they are very early. We're very, very early. Okay, so this is me graduating from engineering school in 2002. Many of you were not born then, okay? 2002. Okay, what am I holding? Who knows what that is? Nokia flip phone. I know. Who knows what a flip phone is?
I still have it.
You still have it? Oh my God, you actually have it. That's incredible. Okay, we'll take you a picture of that after. Nokia flip phone, okay? When the Nokia flip phone came out, when any flip phone came out, what did we used to call them? Just mobile phones, not smartphones. It did 3 things, okay, when it first came out. It could make phone calls away from home, but they were very expensive. Yes. Second one, you could text your friend, but it was 4, 3, 6, 1 to say where are you. And then you could play those phone games like Snake. Yeah? That's it, Snake, yeah? So it did 3 things. But we thought, wow, this is a revolutionary concept. This has redefined the industry. Technology will never be the same. But this thing could only do 3 things back in the day. And now we look at it and laugh, because now we live by our phones. Your phone is how you managed to get here in the first place. It's your Suica pass on the metro. It is the way you use maps. It's your boarding pass. It's your payment mechanism. It's everything. And that is where we are at with AI right now. When you look at AI and agents, they really can do 3 things for you. First one, they can give you information on any topic in the world. I have been looking a lot at the Japanese LLM you all have, by the way, where it speaks to you in the proper tone and is good for professional businesses here in Japan. Very good. So AI agents right now can give you information on any topic in the world. Sometimes it's accurate, not always. Okay. AI is a bit of a liar, right? It lies a little bit. Okay. Second thing, AI can do things for you. Like it can create artifacts. It can create, I actually tried to use it to make the slide deck. It did not work. So that's why the slide deck is terrible, because AI did not make the slide deck. I made this all by myself, old school, my fingers. Okay, it can do things for you. It can make slide decks, it can make apps, it can make images, videos, all kinds of things. It can make lots of things for you. Third thing it can do is try to automate things. There's a lot of tools that can do automation. Claude Code tasks and skills, and Copilot just has tasks. And these are very, very simple automation. You give it access to something, it makes you a list. It closes things for you, it opens things for you. It doesn't do end-to-end task management, right? It's very, very simple things. We're very much at that flip phone era of AI. This is not the final. A lot of people are saying that, oh, AI is more important than fire or electricity, which is a ridiculous statement, because we need electricity for AI. And every tech CEO in the world, I'm not supposed to make fun of this person anymore, but every tech CEO in the world is believing that, oh my gosh, this is it, the pinnacle, the end. This is as good as AI will be. But we're so early. We're very, very early in this game. And this is a very good time for us to figure out what is AI good for right now. Right? So if you think about phones, the phone journey, phones did not become useful until technical people like you got involved. Because of technical people like you, a phone became a thing you used to do payments. It became a boarding pass. It became a thing you watch videos on. It became a thing that you play games on. But until all of you got involved with your engineering, your design, your ingenuity, your knowledge from other industries, phones did not become useful. When it was just technical people, phones were just a thing that was a calculator that could make phone calls. That was it. So we are reaching a point in our tech industry where we have to rethink what AI can do. Okay. Who was alive in 1998? Let's think of someone. Okay, cool. Jeremiah, my business partner, that was alive in 1998. In 1998, imagine Jeremiah's running a coffee shop. I would say, hi Jeremiah, I would like a cup of coffee, please. And he would give me a cup of coffee, and I would pay him 1,200 Japanese yen, right? 1998, and 1,200 Japanese yen. I would take it out of my wallet, and I'd give him the money, and he would give me coffee. He saw the money I'm giving him, I'm seeing the cup of coffee I'm getting. Cool, this is great. Now, it's not 1998, it's 2026, and I went to buy a cup of coffee this morning. So I went to Cafe Veloce, tried to buy a cup of coffee, and they said it's 5,600 yen, and I took my phone, which has my credit card attached to it, and I tapped it on their device that has their bank account attached to it. Did we see the money change hands? No, we didn't. I get a ping that says 5,600 yen deducted from your credit card. They get a ping on their phone saying money has been received. So we no longer see the actual transaction take place, but we know the transaction has happened because we have a new thing called observability, and we have guardrails. So observability is the log, right? There's a log of monetary transactions. There's guardrails, so Jeremiah doesn't steal 5,600 yen from me every single day. Right? If that happens, my bank will cite fraud and hopefully shut his coffee shop down. So because we have replaced that observability with digital observability and put in guardrails, this is technology is doing things differently than humans would have. Okay, what we're trying to do right now with AI is trying to replace human behavior with AI behavior. But AI is nothing like humans. So for us to do this would be the equivalent of me buying a cup of coffee like this. So imagine if I'm trying to have technology behave like a human. Then what would happen? A robotic arm would go into my wallet, take out my wallet, bring it to Jeremiah, and tap on his device, right? Is that a good solution? No, but that's what we're doing, right? We're trying to take human steps and apply technology to it. And that's why we're suffering, because we're trying to do the robotic arm era of buying coffee versus the tap. Do we know exactly how tap works? Not really. I think few of you are payment experts do, but if you ask me exactly how does it work, I don't know. I don't care. All I know is it does work. So we're going to reach that point with agents and AI where we don't quite know how it works, and that is okay, because we have guardrails and we have observability. So the way we have to shift our mindset is we have to say, we know what the input is. The input is Donna wants a cup of coffee, Jeremiah has coffee. The output is Jeremiah gets money and Donna gets coffee. The input and the output are the same, 20 years ago to this morning, same. But what happens in the middle, totally different. There's no robotic arm. In fact, there's a tap, monetary transaction. We did not expect that in 2008 when phones came out. We had no idea that's what was going to happen, and that is good. So we don't know what AI will be used for or what it can do because we haven't pushed the boundaries on it enough. So as we're building AI agents, we have to be very clear about the problem we're trying to solve, and then what happens in the middle, we have to guide AI to do its job different than how we would do its job. And that is the first rule of being an agent manager or an agent boss, which is all what you're here to learn today. So let's talk about AI agents. What are some good AI agents? There's a lot of not good AI agents. I think some of the best ones in the world, and I am biased because I'm a developer. How many of you are developers? Many. Okay, good. Who thinks coding agents are kind of good? Yeah, they're kind of good. They're not bad, right? Most agents are bad. Coding agents, not bad. Why? It's because our data is good. I mean, it's good. It's okay. Our data is complete. If your data, your code, is not in a repo that compiles or runs, that agent will not be good. But because our data is in one place, it's in a repo. Most people's data are not in one place. Finance people, your data is in 16 Excel spreadsheets. Legal people, it's in lots of SharePoints and some folder somewhere. Operations people who write stuff down in stores, it's on sheets of paper under some guy's desk. So your data is not good in most industries. That's why most agents are not good. But we've been working on agents in the coding field for at least 5 years. GPT 2.5 has been in GitHub since 2021. So we are ahead of the game of other industries. There's a lighting agent in this room. Yeah, it's confused about the data. That's okay. Or it's a ghost. It could be either. We'll see. So because the data is in order, because we've been doing it for a long time, and we actually know how to work with agents, coding agents are good. The other agent that's very fun is a Waymo. This is in Tokyo, right? You recognize Tokyo. I was at the gym yesterday. You want to see it again? It was very, very cool. I loved seeing it. I was just talking about a Waymo, and there it is. Roll by. Who's seen one? Yeah, I saw 2. I got very lucky. I've seen 2 in the last 2 days. They're following me. No. So Waymo. Why is a Waymo a good agent? It's trained to do one thing. Take you from here to there. It's not also trained to make you a cup of coffee and bring you ice cream and sushi. No, it has one job. Maybe it's trained to do that eventually, bring it to your house. But it has one job, bring you the person from here to there. The way you use a Waymo is you get the Waymo app, you say call Waymo, it gives you a license plate, it pulls up. When you and your phone get near, it unlocks. It only unlocks for you. It only waits for you 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, it says bye and leaves. You get in the Waymo, it drives you to your destination. And the reason a Waymo is a good agent, it's trained on traffic data in the city you're in. So it's trained on Tokyo traffic. It's told, don't run that light, you will go to jail, which is different than in Seattle or San Francisco in the US. It's trained on traffic data, it's trained on traffic patterns, so it'll say this traffic is very heavy, don't go there. And it's trained on what behavior is of other drivers on the street. The second thing is, it has very clear instructions. Your job is to drive on the street and go from here to there, and that's it. You don't do anything else. It's a good multi-agent system because in the car itself, there's the driving agent, the GPS agent, the music agent, the temperature agent, all sorts of things. If you don't have your seatbelt on, car does not start. When you get in the car, it'll say, hi Donna, do you want the same music as last time? Do you want the same temperature as last time? Pretty cool. It's got memory, it has context. So a Waymo is a good agent. But keep in mind, they've been working on it, Alphabet has been working on it, who knows how long? 20 years, right? 20 years. They've been working on Waymo since 2010. They've been collecting data. And now it's arriving in big cities like Tokyo. Before only was in San Francisco. Now it's arriving in Tokyo, it's arriving in London, these places with a lot of traffic, with a lot of people. So it takes a very long time to get an agent to be good because of a few reasons. One, agents are kind of annoying. They agree with you no matter what. How many of you had AI agree with you when you're really wrong? Yeah, I know. You know it's like that one friend you can convince into anything? Yeah. So you can say, hey AI, you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. It'll say, oh, you're absolutely right. Genius, I'm obsessed. What a brilliant idea you have. You're so smart. So that's AI agents. Now, AI agents also lose their memory. It'll start doing something, and it'll immediately do something completely different. Why? It's lost its memory, it lost its context. It gets confused because it collects too much data. That data doesn't stay in order. You get the data in order, then it's out of order because you have too much data. Third thing, they don't work together well. They do not play well with others. Your agent, not going to work well with your friend's agent. Does know how to pass data, does know how to pass memory. Should it keep memory? Should it keep context? We don't know. And testing agents is very, very hard. We don't have the test cases, they don't behave the same, and they can be kind of problematic, right, when you put them into production. So AI agents are incredibly challenging to work on, and these are all problems that we face right now. So because of this, we need an entire job function that all of you will be doing, right? As part of your day-to-day life, every single one of you is going to have to manage agents, whether it's one you built yourself or one somebody bought and gave to you to use. So first, I have to apologize. Microsoft, right? Microsoft has introduced a lot of agents, a lot. I think we've introduced 86 agents too. Every Microsoft product you've ever seen now has an agent in it. Agent mode in every product, name it. Viva Goals, agent mode. No reason, right? Some of them don't do anything. Some of them are good, yeah. Right? But again, we're in the experiment mode. So what is an agent? Liam showed you. Who saw Liam's demo on GitHub Copilot? It's pretty cool, right? You see what he was doing. There's a language model, set of instructions he gave it, and the set of tools he gave it to be able to instructions, write MCP server, deploy to this thing over here. So language model, instructions, tools. Agents have to have those three things. It can have other things, like connections to other agents, context memory, but it absolutely has to have language model, instructions, and tools. So once it has these three things, you're gonna be thinking about what an agent boss is, right? You're gonna see many job titles, swarm master. Gross, right? Terrible name. Who remembers webmaster? Yeah, it's like agent master is a swarm master. Terrible, terrible. The big thing to remember is don't do like me. Don't have agents try to behave like humans, because they won't, and it'll be frustrating. Anytime you're trying to have an agent behave like a human, think robotic arm, taking your card out of your wallet to buy a cup of coffee. You don't want this. This is not what you want. So instead, you want to focus on what agents do that humans cannot do. So a real example that I went through, I'm going to write code to make a website for accessibility of products, okay? I as a human can do that. Agent should generate me test cases that will run against this. What can a human not do? You know what I can't do? Keep up with every accessibility law in the world and update the website with all of the changes. Germany has changed a law that says color contrast must be X ratio. Do I have time to keep up with German laws and update a website? No. No one has time to keep up with German laws, right? So this is something an agent would do. It would say, hey, new law just passed, should I update the website? Yes. New law just passed, should I update the website in the other way? Yes. So agent does things that a human cannot do because we just do not have the physical capability to do those things. Soon, when we start building agentic systems, we have to build them to work with each other. So in 5 years, agents will be doing things for you. They'll be acting on your behalf and saying, what are the best flight tickets? What is the best route to get to the Microsoft office today? Where's the closest place to get a very large cup of coffee? My agent will be doing that work. So we have to build our agents to interact with others. It'll be an interesting challenge because, again, we're not building it to be found by humans. We're building it to be found by other agents. That's going to be weird. So how do we do that? How do we start? I want to introduce you to my framework called the Agent Boss Way. Okay? There's 6 parts. The first one is you define a use case. You just have to practice. You have to build agents and deploy them. Who here has built and deployed an agent into production? Half a hand. Okay, all right, good. So keep this in mind. Probably the most useful thing you could be doing is the first part. Just finding a use case that's good. You don't always know what's a good use case. You have to try lots of them and say, is this a good scenario? So a real thing that we're doing, my business partner and I, we have a fashion line, a women's fashion line and a men's fashion line. Men's fashion line is called Towards Arcadia, after his family. We want to create 30 days of content for this around, a funny Western theme, American theme called Dudes Be Like. Okay, fine. First order of business was we had to corral the data. We needed a whole set of images, a bunch of pictures of him wearing the shirts, of our models and him wearing the shirts in the world doing things. That is the data. Third part, we had to decide, are we going to buy an agent or are we going to build an agent? We decided to try both. So we said we're going to try Microsoft 365 Copilot, and I'll try to build an agent in Copilot Studio, try to build an agent in AI Foundry. So we have the use case, we have the data, and now we've gotten an agent. Are we done? We're not even close to done. Now comes the hard part. The hard part is giving the agent instructions and guardrails. Instructions mean you're an agent that creates captions for our fashion line. That is it. You don't offer political opinion. You don't tell me the best place to buy a cup of coffee. All you do is create social media captions for my images. That is it. Then, once you give it the instructions, you have to watch it work. For 30 days, the prompt is summoned. I point to a library full of images. The agent will look at an image, generate me 5 different captions. I'll decide if the captions are good or not. It's on me to set the benchmark and decide when the agent is a good agent or it's a bad agent. For us, the point was the agent just had to be funnier than us. We're not funny. So, as long as the agent was funnier than us, it meets the bar. Now, the last part was very interesting. What happens when you need to take down the agent? You get rid of the data, you need to delete the agent, acting like he never existed. What if you are doing this at work and you get a big promotion to your boss's job? Who's going to babysit the agent now? What does the authorization, the authentication, all those security things look like, right? These are all part of being an agent boss. So when you build and deploy an agent, most of your life will be spent on these two sections: instructions, guardrails, and human in the loop. Building the agent will not be the hard part. Getting the data in order will take you about 50% of the time. Babysitting the agent will take you the other 50% of the time. And keep in mind, you have to keep your data up to date, Because every caption the agent generates, you're training it. You're saying, this is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad. So your instruction set, your data is growing and growing and growing, and soon your agent will start to lose context. So then you have to go back through and clean it up, because it will become very confused and start talking about, Shiba Inus by the third week. So let me show you this one. We did this. We decided to make this agent in Microsoft 365 Copilot, and I'm happy to show you this demo if you, look at what I did. Instructions: generate witty themed captions for social media posts for Towards Arcadia. This month's theme, playful references to typical middle-aged American guy activities like craft beer, DIY projects, and vibe coding. When in doubt, make fun of vibe coders. Okay, that is like the first rule of agent bossing. Make fun of vibe coders. So we have a bunch of images, right? And we actually took some pictures here. Does anyone know where this is? It's a Shiba Cafe, it's a puppy cafe in Shimakitu. Right? The best neighborhood in Tokyo, so not sorry. So we uploaded the image, said, make a funny caption. So this is what M365 Copilot came up with. Dudes be like, drip courtesy of Towards Arcadia, confidence courtesy of the Shiba. Is that good? No. Is it terrible? No. Agents are mid, right? Agents are mid. It's funnier than us, not as funny as a really funny person. So not as funny as a comedian, more funny than us. Does it meet the bar? Yes, it meets the bar. So that is how we use agents. Very specific, very, very specific set of data, and being very clear about what success looks like. So what does success look like for all of you? You have to define, this agent has to do this job better than me. That's about it, right? If it does it better than you, this is a good project. Then you say, then you say, is this a good scenario for an agent? You don't really know until you go and build it. Is it a good human-to-human activity, a good human-to-agent activity, or is it a good agent-to-agent activity? We don't know until you do it. Then you say, is your data up to date with a plan for how to keep it that way? This is the thing that will take you a lot of time. Then fourth, data bettering, right? We call it data bettering. Don't just gather your data in a pile. Have it tell a real story about what your agent's trying to do. Then figure out what tools are you going to use to try to build the agent? Is it something out of the box? Is it something you build yourself? Are you going to steal Liam's code? Who knows? And then some of the things you'll see today are Microsoft 365, Copilot Studio, and Azure AI Foundry. We're going to spend a lot of time on Azure AI Foundry today. And then you get to decide, who are you building this for? If it's for someone internal to your company who's not technical, maybe Microsoft 365 Copilot. Is it for a very technical person? Maybe Foundry. Because you want to give people agents that they can actually keep up to date themselves. So much of your job will be teaching people how to evaluate and test. We've got some test frameworks. All of these tools have evaluation and test frameworks where you evaluate the model and the scenarios to see if you're getting a good output or a bad output. And then your Foundry has evaluations test framework, and then you think about how you're going to govern and babysit. So much of your job will be building agents and babysitting agents, building agents, babysitting agents. We have this role called Microsoft 365 Entra Admin. If you're Microsoft customers, you know about this. You need the AI administrator role to be able to govern and babysit these agents. And then there's many other control systems. Basically, any agent that you buy off the shelf will have a control system baked into it. So I'm going to leave you with Foundry control plane is for Microsoft Foundry. Someone will cover that today. But there's always homework. So get out the modern mobile phones that are not flip phones from 1998. And go ahead and scan this QR code. This QR code is how you stay in touch with the global AI community. There are local chapters, but there's also the global AI community. This is people from all over the world, every country in the world, 250,000 of your closest friends, who are all out there trying to solve the same problem as you, which is how do you age your boss in 2026? Yeah, thank you very, very much.
Thank you for the presentation, John. By the way, will you be around here during?
I'm here all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ではこれで日野篠原さんのセッション、終わりになります。もう一度拍手をお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。